Hey YouTube, welcome back to Paladin Vapes. This is Gene. Thank you for sticking out with my growing pains and beginning venture into reviewing. And today I'm going to be bringing you the XTank 4 from VapMod. This is kind of a novel little tank. It is 10 milliliters, and one of the nice things is that it takes the Aspire Atlantis 1 and 2 coils. Pretty much, I would call universal on the market. There are a lot of non-Aspire tanks that are using these coils now, and I really like to see that. Let's go ahead and take a vape off this and see how she handles. I'm currently running it off of the Smoke Alien with Aspire 0.5 ohm stainless steel coils, and I have to say that it is a very enjoyable vape. This is probably my ADV tank just because I can fill it up and it will last me 1 to 2 days depending on how heavily I'm vaping. If it's a lonely, boring day at work and I have a lot of breaks, I can go through this pretty quickly. Good flavor. Now the drip tip that I have on this is not stock. This is actually the stock tip for it, which I will be showing in the uppy closey. Or down personal. Sorry, Nick, don't sue me for using your terminologies. I gotta say, for a cheaper-ish tank, it's not bad. It's got its flaws, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But in general, I actually own, I think, 6 of them altogether. 2 of them are out of commission. I use them for spare parts. And 3 of them are new in box that I haven't even opened. Well, haven't even used yet, which I'll down on down personals to show you the different colors and what they look like on different mods. Really kind of enjoyable flavor. I haven't really had too many bad experiences with it, except for some parts with the fit and finish, which I'll be talking about. So that being said, let's go ahead and head down to the personal view. I might start calling it that. Who knows? Still playing with this. We'll see. And take a closer look at it. Hey guys, thanks for sticking out with me and coming back up top. We just had a up-close view of the VapMod XTank 4.0. $10 milliliter, it's going to last you a fuckload. Now, some of the more heavier vapors running it at the 0.3 Aspire coils might go through this quite fast. I know when I'm running it on 0.3 and I've got nothing to do but vape all day long, I can easily burn through 2 tanks a day. But it's less refill. Now, as I showed you guys down low, or up personal, down personal, what do you guys think? What sounds best? This looks kind of ridiculous on some mods and looks okay on others. On the Alien, it fits kind of nicely because the Alien is a more of a rectangular design, so this fits pretty nicely. I actually used to originally rock this on the E-Leaf 50 watts. This was my ADV mod for the longest time. Unfortunately, this one's gone kaputs on me. I'm going to try to fix it. I know there's some places I can still buy the E-Leaf 50 watt. Frankly, I'm probably going to buy another one and do a review on it because I really enjoyed the 50 watt. It's a nice mod that fits in the hand. Was kind of sort of my stealth vape for a while until I put the XTank on it, and this makes it a little less of a stealth. It also fits very nicely on the RX 300. I use this quite often at home between this and the TFE 12. This is really nice because not only if I'm running this at 0.5 will the tank last forever, but the batteries will last forever also. And just as kind of a novelty, just to show you guys from a distance how ridiculous this is, it's the, or how ridiculous it looks. This is the Beyond Vape beacon with the XTank on it. Yes, you could run it like this. Would you want to? I don't know. I've never really done it. I guess you could. It looks fucking ridiculous, but I guess you could actually do it. Would I? Probably not. Now on a Mech box, sure, I might run this, but on the tube mod, no, not really going to do it. Pros and cons: the capacity. Capacity on this thing is amazing. That is one of the main reasons why I bought multiple versions of these. I saw that they were starting to sell it on a lot of websites. I'll link below what websites I find that they're still available. The one website that I still found them on, a lot of people hate, I'm probably not going to link it, but if you do a Google search on it, you will find it. I much prefer to order from here in the United States, support American builders or American companies, but when it really comes down to it, when they start selling out from local companies, you have to start broadening out your search, and if companies like that are the only ones you can find out and you really want it, that's what you got to do. But when I saw them start selling out, I bought 3 extras, which you saw down below, just in case. And I've got parts from the 2 others that I have just in case. So I could probably, with a little ingenuity, if one broke, rebuild it. I've got plenty of extra of the plastic cases or the plastic tank shrouds. So I'm pretty much set on this for a while. The fit and finish is a little wonky sometimes. I don't use the bottom fill port. I just take off the main chamber and just fill it from that side. You can fill it from the bottom side. I find that a lot of times, especially if you're using metal dripper or glass drippers, that you'll get a little squirt back. I don't really have any problems filling it from the top, my general method. One of the biggest problems that I've found with this is that over time, the twisty mechanism starts loosening up, and you have to take kind of either a rubber or a plastic coated hammer or tool, kind of tap it back into place because a lot of it's press fit. And the two that I have that are out of commission are actually out of commission because of that. The bottom base at the 510 has completely separated from them. So that's definitely a con. Other than that, I mean, really, the universal function of them with the Aspire coils, I think is great. I think more companies should design interchangeable systems like this, be a little bit more modular, take advantage of other companies' innovations, not make money from their innovations by cloning or replicating, but seeing what's popular out in the market and actually building different options around them. I really like that. I like this tank. It's a cheap tank, but it's one of those things where sometimes cheaper is just as good. There's not very many high capacity tanks out there. I know the Aspire Mega is an option, but I believe it's 28 millimeters, so there's not many devices you're going to be able to fit it on comfortably. This pretty much fits nicely on any rectangular shaped mod, which is nice. Other than that, I don't really have any complaints about it. The standard 510, you can put any drip tip you want. The stock drip tip is okay. Some of the extra drip tips that I got from Frostec work on it perfectly well. And you know what? Let me try something. Just for you guys. I've actually never tried it before, but let's do this. Oh, hey, the smoke adjustable airflow drip tip actually fits on it. Now, granted, this one's black. I do have a silverware somewhere that might work well on it. If you want to run a 0.3 at a higher wattage, maybe this will be nice because you can run it hotter and get that additional airflow. I might add that in as a little add-in on the up close because I didn't talk about it before. So if you see a weird jump cut, that's probably why. Let's go ahead and try this out and see what happens. In fact, you know what? Just for you guys, I am going to increase this up to 40 watts just to see what it looks like with that additional airflow. That is running at 4.7 volts. Definitely need it, like has happened with the TFV tanks. That additional airflow, you get a little extra cooling effect, but it definitely takes away from the flavor. I don't think I'd use this drip tip on it on a regular basis, but hey, I figure for you guys, why not show it? There are plenty of other drip tip options that you could use for it. In fact, since we are experimenting around, and this is uncut, the Beyond Vape Hurricane. Let's see what that looks like on it. Now, the nice thing about the Beyond Vape Hurricane is that this connector inside the glass sleeve actually will slide up and down the side of it. So if I wanted to, I could push that down, and actually that's not too bad. I might actually add that into the up close and personal addition that I do into the up close. Sorry, that's horrible. That was some horrible video, guys. I apologize. Let's take a toot off of this, see what that tastes like. I don't get any reduced flavor off of it, but I will say the throat on it, so to speak, the chamber is definitely a little bit more constricted than the standard, so it does have a little bit of a whistle that you can probably hear. But at the higher volts, it definitely cools it down quite a bit. In fact, I'm going to be a little brave. I'm going to do something really stupid for you guys, and I'm going to take it up to 50 watts. This is 5.2 volts. It's probably going to do something very disgusting to my coil, but I'm just about to the end of it, so let's see how this works. You know, actually, that's not bad. If I was using the smaller drip tip like I had on it before, that would definitely be a very hot vape. But with the Hurricane top, it definitely cools it down. Let's try the Shorty Hurricane top. Now that's before I pushed it down, and I'll add this in on my edit later. Push it down a little bit. Oh, that's ridiculous. I love you beyond vape. I love the Hurricane top. I can't talk enough about it. Let's try this. It's probably going to be a really bad idea. That was definitely a lot hotter with the Hurricane Shorty. Don't think I would use that on a regular basis, but the 38 millimeter Hurricane on this, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty enjoyable. It's definitely not a stealth vape anymore. I have to say, for the novelty factor, it definitely makes it a little. Oh, there's a fire somewhere. Sorry about the sirens, guys. It definitely makes it a little bit more obnoxious in a fun novelty way. I gotta say that I love novelty vapes. It's one reason why I bought my Doctor Who TARDIS mod. I know it's not gonna last forever. It's custom, but you know what? I love the novel vapes. That whistle is annoying as all fuck though, so I probably won't run that on a regular basis. I think I'm coming to the end of the lifespan on this coil, so I don't want to burn it too hot because I definitely don't want to burn cotton. I'm going to be doing a video a little bit later about the dangers of burning cotton and dry hits. And to be completely frank, at 5.2, even on 3 milligrams, I'm starting to get a little nick high off this. So, and I know that this video is starting to run a little bit long, and it's going to be a little bit longer after I do my final edit. So I'm probably going to end it here. But I thank you guys for sticking it out with me. I really appreciate it. Like everything else, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe below if you're new. And as always, don't drink out of any strange toilets. Hey there guys, thanks for coming down for my close-up look at the VapMod XTank 4.0. I've got this one in red. Let's go ahead and unbox this. Pretty decent packaging on this, designed in the US. Contents and QR on the back with an authenticity code. Vape better, enjoy more. These are 10 mil tanks, so you definitely enjoy more. I love these tanks. They're a good price, and hell, I've probably got like six or seven of these, and like 2 or 3 that are parted out in my my parts kit. So here is what you get in it. Sorry about my lighting; it's being really weird right now. In the box or in the package, let's see, first you get an instruction manual. It's really simple and clear cut, but nice illustrations on how to take it apart and clean it. Get the tank, 2 spare coils. Now these are, you get 3 coils. You get a 0.6 ohm pre-installed, and then you get a 0.2 standard and a 0.2 nickel coil. Now these are printed on the side of it, like on this one. I'm not sure if you can, how well you can see that. It does say Ni on there. Now me personally, I don't use the coils that come with it. The nice thing, and another reason why I like this tank, is that they take the Aspire Atlantis coils. Great coils. So I usually put these on the side for spares, but I don't really use them. I've never actually used one. I don't think so. Sorry, I can't give you an opinion on that one. You do get a extra plastic tank cover. And then let's take a look at the tank itself. 510 drip tip compatible. It does have a Delrin insulator in it for heat dissipation. I haven't really had that much problems with heat. Pretty decent 510. Now I have put other 510s on it. I don't remember where I got this 510, but you can put out different 510s. That one looks kind of slick on there personally. So to take this apart, unscrew top section here, top screw ring here, unscrew this one, and boom, take off your plastic cover. Change out your coil. You'll twist off this chimney, and there's the pre-installed coil right there. Now, one problem that I have had on two separate tanks is the chimney will actually get stuck on this ring here, and it'll all screw out all at once. If you have a pair of pliers that you can get in here without damaging the O-ring or the threads on the chimney, you can separate them. But I've only had two of them do that, and one, it was just, I just reached inside of it and was able to twist it off. The other one actually had to get a pair of pliers, and I had to reef on it pretty good to get it to separate. Now, to fill it, you have one of two options. So you'll see on here, one hole is bigger than the other. The small hole goes to this main post here, the big one for the main chimney. On. Now, the two options for fill, the main one that they recommend is take this screw out here. Get it without, there we go. And they come off fairly easy unless you like reef down on it. It does have a flathead top, so you can tighten it up, but you don't really need to. It's got decent knurling on the side of it. Now, you can fill it up this way, which is the way that they recommend. The only problem is that I have with this is I get a lot of blowback because there's no venting. So what I do when I fill it, I don't even bother using the bottom. I just take off the post screw and I just pour the juice in very slowly around that post, and it works just as nice, and I don't have any problems. You can either use that one, or if you leave this screw on, you can fill it from this side. Just be careful not to get any juice down into that chimney. Now what I usually do is I tilt it a little bit so that the air can escape out the top and I can get more juice in there. But that is a much more effective way of filling it than taking that bottom screw off. I don't like that bottom screw design. Go ahead and put this back together. Like I said, I've got half dozen of these at any given time. Here is the one that I showed you guys earlier with that custom drip tip on the IPv5, and I'll show these to you guys up top too. IPv5. Here is a blue one on the Alien. It doesn't quite fit as well. You see you've got this lip overhang. But the nice thing with these is that they are completely adjustable. Pretty decent airflow on these, but that design right there is just awesome because once you screw it on and get it tight, you can move this wherever you need to, wherever you want it. Over time, this will start loosening up and it might not sit flush, or if you drop it, or as I've done once, sit on it, you can actually pop this whole section off of this 510 screw. It is easy to put it back on though. You just put the cap, this 510 cap, let me show you. So this right here, you just pop it right back on and take a either a rubber or plastic coated tool or a hammer and just tap it back down in place and it pops right back on. So that's actually really nice. But the two that I have for parts are mainly because my own I've broke them. But the parts are all interchangeable. The plastic, the chimney, the screws, all of it is interchangeable. This was actually the first way that I started rocking it on an iStick 50 watt, and that is just, I mean, that is almost a perfect fit on there. And I really like this. It was a nice portable design. You put a 0.5 coil in there, 10 milliliters, that will last you almost all day unless you are like power puffing chain vaping this thing. You got the blue plastic, the red plastic that I already showed you, the clear plastic, and then they come with a smoke plastic too, a gray one. So great tank. I love these for like really, truly all day vape. These things will just last forever. So that is the XTank 4.0. Let's go back up top and talk about it. See you guys up there.
Hey there, YouTube. Thanks for coming back up for the final thoughts on the VapMod XTank 4. I know I look a little different. There's a little bit of delay in me finishing up this video, so I apologize. No glasses, different shirts. Started getting a little hot, so I had to change it out. My eyes were getting a little strained from my glasses, so I put in my contacts. But some pros and cons for the XTank 4. Some major pros: big capacity at 10 mils, adjustable 510, and it will accept the Aspire Nautilus or the Atlantis coils, which is great because you can still get them. They're great coils, especially the stainless steel ones. I've really enjoyed them for quite a while. Major con though is that after a while, this is a big tank. If you put in your pocket, put in a bag, this adjustment ring right here will start loosening up, and I've actually had one that's in parts right now that just popped right off. If you're lucky enough and didn't get damaged, take a plastic or rubber coated tool. You can pop that back on there and tighten this up. You can see this ring right here is starting to get a little on the loose side. I'm going to tighten this up, but the adjustment itself is pretty tight. You can fit this quite nicely on any box style mod or any big boxy mod like the RX 300 or the Kanger 5.6 mod that's recently come out. So other than that, you can get this at quite a few websites now. I'll link down below where you can still get it. I recommend picking up one or two of these while you still can. They're nice ADV mods. Fill it once, and even if you're running this at 0.3, it's still going to last you for quite a while. I only have to fill it up like maybe once every other day or so, unless I'm only chain vaping on this. But other than that, great tank. So if you like what you saw here, I appreciate you coming back, and sorry for the delay in finishing up this video. Please leave me some comments down below what you think I can do better in this video. I got a better mic going right now, so unfortunately one half of this video is crappy quality lighting and audio. I'm sitting down for the rest of this because my legs are starting to hurt. So we'll see. I'm working out some different ways on doing these videos. I know this one's going to be quite a bit, quite long, and I'm rambling a little bit. I apologize. But please, you know, if you like what I'm doing, follow, like this video, give me some creative comments, what I could do better, what you'd like to see, maybe some things you guys would like to see me vape for you in the future. Nothing obnoxious though, please. And I thank you guys for coming, and remember, don't drink out of any strange toilets.